This is the Book Geek with another video, and this time this is about my impressions, my thoughts on The Walking Dead Compendium 1. Okay, I'm assuming that a lot of you, if you're fans of The Walking Dead, have probably already read The Walking Dead Compendium 1. If you have not, go out, you've got to read it. It's great. The thing that I wanted to talk about is it is a lot different from the TV show itself. I mean, there's just a whole set of characters that were in the Compendium 1, the graphic novel, that just weren't on the TV show. There's whole couples and, like, kids and a bunch of people. If you're not familiar with the Walking Dead Compendium, another thing is it's in black and white format, which kind of is reminiscent for me of the old horror pulps, and I think that gives it an even cooler edge. A lot of people that read comics, graphic novels, are kind of used to them being in full color, but I think that the black and white really works for the Walking Dead Compendium and the Walking Dead comic book series. So, as I was saying before, there are just a lot of characters when you start out in the Walking Dead Compendium 1. There's like a whole couple with two twin boys that were never in the TV show, and just certain characters were missing from the Compendium too, like the two redneck brothers. I can't even remember their names now. I just can't think of what their names are. But they're not in the Compendium at all, and the events are so different in the Compendium. Like, Shane gets shot by Carl, like, in the beginning, which didn't happen in the TV show. And another thing I noticed about the Walking Dead Compendium was there's a lot of, like, interracial relationships going on. Like, when they meet Tyrese for the first time, he's with his daughter and her daughter's boyfriend, and her daughter's boyfriend is a white guy. Now, in the TV show, when they met Tyrese, there was no mention of him having an older daughter or anything like that. And another thing that I really like the Tyrese in the Walking Dead Compendium. On the TV show, he's kind of a pussy. Yes, he's a fucking pussy on the TV show. Man up, balls up, man. You need to be like the one in the Walking Dead Compendium, the graphic novel. You need to be like that dude. That dude is balls to the wall. He's a fucking tough-ass motherfucker. But the one in the TV show, man, no. Tyrese in the Walking Dead Compendium takes no shit. He uses a hammer, only a hammer, to take out walkers. And in one scene in the prison, he goes to clear the gym, and he just jumps into the fray, and fucking, they think he's suicided, they think he's dead, but in reality, he's just fucking took out every fucking walker in that room. That is a tough motherfucker. Tough motherfucker. For instance, Michonne, when she shows up into the story, she shows up differently than she does in the TV show. The way they meet Herschel is kind of the same. But that's another thing. Like, Herschel has more of a bigger family than he does on the TV show. Like, he's got two little girls, and there's a surprise what happens to them in the graphic novel. And his oldest daughter is kind of a ditz. Like, she's kind of fucked up too. Like, that situation in the graphic novel is kind of weird. But yeah, Herschel's family is a lot bigger. And I don't know how they picked the people to play the roles on the TV show. Some of the men kind of all look the same because they all have the scruffy beards and everything. Like, it's kind of hard. And then, like, Dale didn't die. And the odd thing is, Dale is with Andrea, which I thought was kind of weird. And then, like, Carol has a relationship with Tyrese, or she did at one point. So I would say, yeah, it's all sorts of different in the Walking Dead Compendium 1. But the TV show does kind of follow somewhat along the lines of the graphic novel. Like, there are certain events, like the farm, that go with, that goes in the TV show, the helicopter crash, stuff like that. And the governor, the scenes of the TV screens. Now, I haven't finished reading the Compendium one yet. I've been kind of taking it a little, not too slow. I mean, I'm excited to read it, and I have to get it back to my local library pretty soon. So, yeah, it can be kind of depressing to read it in, like a lot at one time. Because in the very start of the graphic novel, so many fucking people die. It's unreal. But then what do you expect when it's a zombie apocalypse? But yeah, it's kind of depressing because everybody's like just talking about death and suicide, and all these people die, like family members die, and a lot of these extra people, like they die right away near the beginning. Maybe that's why they were excluded from the TV show, or maybe I just don't remember them because it's been a while since I've seen season 1. But yeah, so I mean, it's a great book so far, and I would highly recommend it to fans of zombie things, and especially if you're a fan of the TV show, go ahead and check it out. If you're really into zombies, and I know, like they say when we have recessions that zombies and vampires and supernatural horror stuff becomes really popular for some reason during recessions. Like I remember back in the 80s, there was all those Romero films, The Return of the Living Dead and all that. But if you're really into that zombie stuff, if you check out my Squidoo, if you go to my main page and click the link to my Squidoo, I have a zombie article there where I give you different suggestions for zombie things like books, lesser known movies, even video games. So it's pretty cool if you want to check that out. I tried to exclude the really, really popular zombie stuff because I know somebody had asked me on there, well, how come you didn't add Zombieland or The Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead and all that? And I told them flat out, I'm like, this is for lesser known stuff, but really good stuff that I think people should check out. And everybody knows about all that other shit, so why rehash it? So that's, if you want to, go ahead, go to my main page and check out my Squidoo link. We've got the zombie article over there.